is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you on a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with another video. Today we're going to talk about Markelle Fultz, the guy that has been the #1 pick, consensus #1 pick, a guy that I have really fought for and continue to believe that he will be a star in this league. Having still problems with his elbow and wrist. I mean, well, his arm and his wrist. He's starting to go see another specialist. People are now speculating that he's going to be traded because the Philadelphia 76ers don't need him, considering that they traded up in the draft to get him because they really believe that he can be the missing piece to the process to go along Joel Embiid, Dario Saric, Ben Simmons, and Robert Covington. He can be a perfect complementary player because he's able to handle the ball, create his own shot, be a playmaker, hit the floaters, hit the mid-range jumper, but also be able to pull up off the dribble with the three-point line, meaning that he's another ball handler that can create his own shot, which add versatility to their lineup. Instead, in their defense, I think they did the right thing. They found somebody better. And that's just the end of the conversation right there. They believed in Markelle Fultz. They haven't gave up on him. They continue to try to play him. They even started him this year. And they went and got Jimmy Butler. And I told you guys, as soon as they got Jimmy Butler, they didn't need Markelle Fultz anymore because Jimmy Butler is a decent playmaker. He can create his own shot. He's clutch in the fourth quarter, but he also is a ball handler. And he's a better defender than Fultz. So it's like you can say that it was good to have Fultz over Redick because his versatility is more better than Redick. But Jimmy Butler does everything that Markelle brings to the table. He does it significantly better, more efficiently, more better than everything. So plus he's a better defender. So that just ended Markelle Fultz to me right then and there. Once they traded for Jimmy Butler, and they got him on the roster, and he has been a solid fit, not the perfect fit, but a solid pick. Fit so far. I think that really hurted Markelle Fultz's value for them, and considering that he didn't really play well in the minutes that he got, and he never really took full opportunity, took advantage of the opportunity to really have a great season as a starter. He was just a role player, and he never really had any good games, no highlights of this year. Nobody really want to remember him in Philly besides that he was a bust to them. But I said Markelle Fultz will be fine. He can play, and he'll eventually get it together. And instead, he ended up going back out with the specialist. So I don't really know what's going to happen with Markelle Fultz. Only thing I do know is that he does have talent. He can play. And if he's in the right situation with the right coach and he gets the right opportunities after he fixes his jump shot, I think Markelle Fultz will definitely have an impact on the team. And until he's out of the league, he has an opportunity to resurrect and re-steer his career. And I want to name some teams that he can potentially go to that definitely need a point guard. And it's not that many. I can definitely see him going to Orlando because right now they're starting DJ Augustine, and he has played as hard as he can. He has tried to give this team as much effort and energy as he can. I'm not the biggest DJ Augustine guy, but he has been respectable. But, he only limited to so much. He's not the most fastest guy, not the most athletic guy, not the youngest guy. But he's going out there and playing like a veteran and trying to find ways to work that offense and win. I think Markelle Fultz will be a good pickup for them because they do have a lot of young talent. Plus, like I said, Markelle Fultz is a bigger guard, and he can hit floaters and mid-range jumpers, and he also can handle the ball and create shots for others in pick and roll or just creating shots by collapsing the defense. They have shooters like Terrence Ross and obviously Evan Fournier and Vucevic can shoot now outside of mid-range and three. So I think that'd be a good fit for them to get a young point guard with a lot of potential. I definitely can see him going there. And New York, I think if Moutier doesn't work, and obviously Trey Burke, if they don't want to really pay him that much money, I can definitely see them trying to make a trade, give him a first or second round pick for Markelle Fultz to try him out, give him some real minutes. Only thing that's problem with New York is the fact that they are a big city. It's a lot of bright lights, and if he flops and fails, it's going to be basically like Philly, but only worse if he flops and fails in New York. Um, Other than that, I can definitely see him getting a chance at Phoenix. They got a lot of players that they're trying to get rid of because they don't really fit the plan and what they're trying to do in Phoenix. They're trying to build around Ayton and Booker, which they should because those are their two best players. But they also don't have a legitimate point guard at that on that team that can really help create shots for Booker and Ayton without having the ball always in Booker's hand. Plus, like I said, he is another guy that can do multiple things on the offensive end and really help take a lot of pressure off Ayton and Booker and create shots for them. Plus, handle the ball in the pick and roll that can open up shots for everybody else. Because they do have shooters like Markelle Bridges, Trevor Ariza, and obviously Devin Booker and T.J. Warren starting to knock down threes too. And they got bigs that can knock down shots. So at the end of the day, I think those are the biggest teams. I think Phoenix definitely should try to take a run at them because they have really no help at all, just like Orlando. And Markelle Fultz, him getting the opportunity to have the ball in his hands is very good because that's his main thing that he's great at. He didn't really do it enough in Philly because they had Ben Simmons and they had Joel Embiid in the post. They didn't really need him. And then they ended up making a trade for Jimmy Butler too. So they didn't really need him to do that much besides try to create shots from time to time. A team like Phoenix need him to have the ball in their hand so that way they can create shots for easier shots for their team. And same with Orlando. He can very well fit in there because he's around their age group in their development stage. Plus, he's a guy that can bring to the table things that they don't have right now in that point guard position. Plus, like I said, he is fitting their age group. So the thing about it then is, what are you getting back? And I think if you can trade them to any of those teams, I think that you can get either a young asset back or a pick back. You're not going to get what you got in return for Markelle Fultz when you traded up to get him. You're not going to get equal value at this point because of his injuries and because everybody know that you're trying to trade him and get rid of him. His value has decreased, plus he hasn't played well in the minutes that he has played. So I definitely can see him not being worth much. And if you trade him for a second round pick, that's basically nothing. At this point, you trade for a number one pick and you get a second round pick, not even a first round pick in return. That's basically nothing. But teams like Phoenix do have veterans and young assets, same with Orlando, that I can definitely see if they can't get a pick, I can definitely see them adding in a veteran or even a young asset. Markelle Fultz, he makes enough money to where they can get either both or just a veteran in return because he's going to get 8 to 10 million, which means he can actually get them a good player in return if they don't get an asset like a pick or even a second rounder. I can definitely see them getting a veteran. Um, and even though, like I said, the teams are Orlando, Phoenix, and New York, those teams all have enough to get Markelle Fultz right now if they really want to go all in on him. And that's the last question. Should you go all in on Markelle Fultz? He was the number one pick for a reason. It's hard for a guy to get the number one pick, but for him to be the consensus number one pick, he lost his mojo. He lost his mind. And they already taking gambles on guys like Emmanuel Mudiay and Trey Burke. Why not try to take a chance on a guy that can be a perfect fit with Kristaps Porzingis and Markelle Fultz? And if you're Orlando, you get another guy that can break down the defense and get his own shot and create shots for the shooters and the inside players like Vucevic, while also being able to get his own shot. And same with Phoenix. You get a guy that can be a perfect fit alongside Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton and Markelle Bridges and Trevor Ariza. And I think the more opportunities and the more chances he has with the ball in his hand, the better he can get back to being what he was before. He couldn't really do that in Philly because he didn't fit them as well as we thought he would. Plus, he lost his ability to shoot, which really hurted him because he couldn't shoot threes and he couldn't really play off the ball that well because of the injuries. But if you take about 1 to 2 years, he'll be getting ready for his rookie extension, and you take that gamble, you won't know if it works or you don't you won't know if it works or it don't unless you take the chance. And the only way Phoenix, New York, and teams like Orlando gonna know if he's worth it is if they take the chance and get him, in the team, see how his mindset is, see what's really going on, and see if you can repair it or fix it or get him back to where he was before. And that's what Philly's doing. They being patient, they being smart with him, and they're allowing him to not play to get him to where he was before. But like I said, at this point, getting Jimmy Butler, they don't really need him at all unless they need him to be a guy that can come off the bench and really run that second unit. And on top of that, if Jimmy Butler get injured, you can still have somebody that can come off that bench and give you, it's going to be a drop off, but give you something similar to what Jimmy Butler can do. But hopefully Markelle Fultz can get that jump shot back. Hopefully he can get back to getting the pull-up jumpers and the floaters. Hopefully he can get his confidence back, his swagger back. And if he does that, Markelle Fultz, he's a special type of player, and he has a smart, well-paced, well-grounded, smart game where he's picking his spots when to score, observing the defense, making the right play, whether it's passing or knocking down shots. And if he can get back aggressive, if he can get back to where he was before, even if it's not fully what he was before, he can always build upon that as years go on. And he can do it also in the summertime. He might not be what he is this year, but he has a whole summer to rehab that body and work back on getting his shot. He can't really do that in the regular season, but he can definitely do that in the off season and try to get back to where he was or close to it when he was the number one pick coming out of college. I still haven't gave up on Markelle Fultz. I think he definitely has talent. I think he definitely will be a star. People said Markelle Fultz, he still might be a star. He just has to find the right situation. He just have to find the right schemes and the right system. And if he gets the right coach that really wants him and really wants to get the best out of him and give him the opportunity to be the point guard and be the primary playmaker, I think that we can see a resurgence in Markelle Fultz. Like I said, I haven't gave up on him. I'm still riding with him, and he's still in the league, which means he still has an opportunity to turn his career around. Let me know what you guys think. Is he done? Is he a bust? Should Philly trade him? Should they give him up for a veteran? Should they give him up for a pick? Should they not just keep him and let him become the sixth man when he comes back and plays again? Or is he done? He can't play. His confidence is gone. His jumper is gone. And they should try to get what they can get out of him now and try to continue to make a chase for that best seed in the Eastern Conference and even try to make a championship team by getting a veteran piece or a young prospect that can play right away. Something that Markelle Fultz can't do right now is contribute because of his shot and his injury history so far with his team. Maybe they can get a young player. Maybe they can get a shooter. Maybe they can get a veteran that can give them an edge over what Markelle Fultz is giving them right now. So let me know what you think about Markelle Fultz in the comment section below. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for liking on Facebook. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching them. That's why I continue to go. Check out my spread shirt. There you can find t-shirts, sweaters, and hoodies and other accessories in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about Markelle Fultz. I'm gone.